Hello there, this is DVT, and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today we're gonna start playing the classic season of multiplayer with this beauty. And I have to doubt a little bit because I have a very crazy love-hate relationship with this car, with the Audi E-Tron Special Edition, and I bet in a way you have it too, but for a different reason. But anyway, we're gonna be testing this in multiplayer. It's already at Pro. It's classic season at the very beginning, so that means people should be racing probably with boosters, but we'll see. I really haven't done any race just yet, so I'm still on ranked, but we'll see what progress we can make over here. So let's start it up. Oh, the Audi E-Tron Special Edition. What a car it is. It is a beautiful car. Absolutely. I adore the body kit. It looks fantastic. Well, adore may be too much of a word. I really like it. It looks very cool with the big wing and the crazy diffuser and all of that stuff. It looks great. I really like it. The livery, it's alright, though I would prefer if the back part of the car wasn't black because it kind of hides the wing. This is one thing that I've talked about in some other videos that I don't like when the color of the wing matches the color of the background, I guess, for the wing, you know? In this case, the engine cover and whatnot. Also, the fact that this is an electric doesn't make me love it, but whatever. So you might be thinking, okay, DVT, so you're saying that you really like how this car looks. So what is the problem? Why do you say that you have a love-hate relationship? Did I say that, or did I just say it was complicated? Doesn't matter. The situation with this car is that I learned to hate this car massively from the time when I started playing this game. And again, remember that while I've been playing this game for a while, I am not an OG player from 8 years ago or something. I am a player from like 3-4 years ago. And when I started playing this game, this car was in Class B. I understand that it used to be Class A, but I think that it got nerfed into Class B. I say quote-unquote nerfed into Class B. But oh boy, was it broken. This car was absolutely broken. It was insane how OP this car was. And I'll give you a little bit of context, because maybe if you're kind of new... Oh, whoa, what just happened? If you're kind of new to my channel, you may or may not know, not just new to my channel, just generally new to the game. Right now we have this whole bracket system, right? Where cars between that rank, this and that rank are gonna get matched together and all of that. We didn't have that system before. And while the game still had a way to try to match cars of similar ranks, it was a considerable big margin of ranks that it would try to match up. And in case you don't know what my favorite car is, I'll tell you in the next video because we just finished this race. Alright, that C3 beat me. I beat these other people, but they were pretty much unboosted or on the rank, so this doesn't tell me a whole lot of anything. And oh, that's right, I got no replay because this allows me to get into the first league, so I need to go back to the menu. Yep, there it is, and there we go. Amateur league, and now I can queue up again. Alright, let's do it. Now, as I was saying, my favorite car, my favorite brand, you know, it's Lamborghini. My favorite Lamborghini is the Veneno. When I started playing this game, the Veneno was only acquirable through tokens, and eventually I managed to get enough tokens by doing some purchases here and there. Back in the day, when the festivals were happening, when I started playing, you could buy packs of coins for the festival, and instead of having fusion coins, they would have tokens, and they were a pretty decent deal. So that's how I managed to get some tokens, and eventually I was able to buy my favorite car in the entire game, the Lamborghini Veneno, which wasn't an amazing car by any means, but hey, it was there. It was Class B. Why do I bring this story? Well, because the Lamborghini Veneno would always get matched against this car. Always. And this car was just absolutely out of this world in terms of performance. And not only compared to the Lamborghini Veneno, it was so OP against just about everything. If I remember correctly, the only cars that at the time could really put a fight against this car were the Project Black Special Edition, the Infinity Project Black Special Edition, and the Porsche Cayman GT4. Those were the cars that could put up a fight against this thing, because this was absolutely insane. And I think really the only realistic competitor was the Infinity Project Black, but that was a car that was harder to get. The point about this car, the Audi E-Tron, is that while it was a quote-unquote rare car, it was a Max Pro car, which made it very easy to upgrade compared to the Project Black, because that one was a kit-only car, meaning it needed 220 kits in order for you to upgrade it, while this was a Max Pro, so you just needed some credits and then some fusion coins and parts. So this car would be found a lot, and it was incredibly, insanely dominating. And that was because it had absolutely broken acceleration, absolutely broken nitro, and absolutely broken handling. It was insane how incredibly overpowered this car was. All right, second race, this time I did get a first place, so that's something. Beating, okay, there was only one triple boosted. So again, this is not telling me a whole lot about the performance of the car, but hey, that's what it is. These are the races that we're finding. So the car was so incredibly OP that it was completely dominating. There was no question about it. The only realistic car that you could bring to compete against this was itself, or like I said, the Infinity Project, blah, 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 but that was a rare car. So what you would encounter is that everybody racing in that range of ranks where you would find this car, it was only this car. That was the only thing that was being raced. That was the only way to be competitive against that car, by using the same car. It was absolutely insane, and it invalidated a ton of cars at the time. And granted, I am a little bit biased because obviously my poor Veneno, but even then, even with different cars, this was just straight up broken. And that's why people love this car, because it was so extremely powerful that anybody that brought anything that wasn't this car, it would just get destroyed. So of course people would enjoy driving this thing because, oh my god, I got the power, I will destroy everybody. Yeah, sure, there's some fun to be had about that, but it was incredibly unfair for any other car. Ooh, rip that dude. He just got on a life. Oh, come on, what kind of respawn was that? Oh, bullshit. I'm fine. So I always thought that this car was just wrong, as it was, just wrong. Because yeah, it makes sense that there are some cars that are very strong and they still exist. But oh my god, that guy just got on the lap again. All right, I'll take the first place since apparently you don't want it. It just made all the other cars so incredibly useless. And yeah, that's why I learned to hate this car, because everybody would use it. And there was nothing else that you could use. So even if you wanted to bring different cars just for the sake of having fun with different cars, you knew that you were gonna get not just defeated, you would get destroyed. But anyway, a C3, I think this is the one that was just crashing, and then everybody else that was unboosted. Holy moly, okay. Oh, by the way, there's a race counter. I didn't, again, remember that I do sequential races, so you're always supposed to be able to see the races, so that you don't, I'm not cherry picking anything. Though with these results that I'm getting, it's not that there's much to cherry pick anyway. Okay, old man DBT, continue your story, I hear you say. Well, let's continue. Then, the car was so OP, it was so annoying, lots of people enjoyed it for that reason, because they love the OP car, whatever. We had to live with that for a long time. Then eventually, Gameloft started rebalancing cars, and this car got a rebalance. And holy moly, this was the moment that it broke so many people, because this car, from being an incredibly OP Class B car, it got put into where it is right now, Class D. And well, everybody came out with the pitchforks and all of that, and if you were one of these people, I'm sorry if you think that I'm mocking you, but come on. Yeah, the car got a rebalance, and I even back then said that Gameloft didn't need to make this car a Class D car. I said that all that they needed to do was to bring back down the stats of the car to something that made sense for the rank, to not be so ridiculously overpowered on pretty much every single aspect. But then, over time, I understood what it is that Gameloft was doing in terms of the special edition cars. Where, for example, if you take something like the Infinity Project Black, that's a Class D car. So they made that the special edition car, it's also not, it doesn't have to be Class D, but while it's a better car, it can be so incredibly far from the original car. So what they did is that they put, normally, generally speaking, special edition cars, they put them a couple of brackets ahead of the normal version of the car. So for example, the Project Infinity Black, it's an 1140, and now the special edition, they put it on 1320. That's what, 2 brackets ahead. Then you take something like the Audi E-Tron, which is in the 900 whatever, or 1050, whatever it is. No, I think it's the 993 or something. And then they put the special edition of the car a few brackets ahead, which is this one. And check basically any other special edition car, and that's what they tried to do once they were rebalancing. Now, there's a very big exception with that. We'll talk about it in a second, but let's see what I was racing against. A C3 beat me. I did beat an Acura. I did beat a C3, and everybody else unboosted or underranked. Okay, fine. There's a race counter, by the way. There we go. Now, I did just say that there's an exception, but first, let's think about the BXR Bailey, right? The BXR Bailey, the special edition is in Class S, and you're gonna say, DBT, look at that, it's crazy. The special edition is in Class S, while the other one is in Class B. What's up with that? If you're saying that they were trying to make them close to each other, those are so far apart. The other ones are Class D and Class D with their special edition. No. That's why I said that it's about brackets, not class of the car. Because oh Jesus, I'm so sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to destroy you. If you pay attention to the, oh God, what's up with this drift? To the BXR Bailey, yeah, oh God damn it. The regular, this one all sorts of wrong. And it keeps going wrong. The BXR Bailey, the regular version, is Class B, and the special edition, it is Class S. Yes, different classes. It's 2 classes ahead. But when we're talking about brackets, it's still only a couple of brackets. Because it's what, 1680? So then there is 1770, and then you're on 1860. So it's again a couple of brackets ahead. So that's what I was trying to point out, that the special editions tend to be just a few brackets, maybe 2, maybe 3 brackets ahead. But now, what is the actual exception? Well, the newly released, or the very recently released, Dodge Dart Special Edition. That thing makes absolutely no sense, and I don't understand. Gameloft worked into making this whole kind of rule of the special event cars only being a little bit farther ahead than the regular version, and then they make the Dodge Dart, which it's on the lowest of the lowest rank in the entire game, but the special event or special edition type of car, that one, it's in the second to highest bracket in the entire game. That one makes absolutely no sense, and I have no way to defend that. But hey, then again, it's a 10-year anniversary car, so I can understand that they wanted to make it a special, whatever. But yeah, this is all to say that I understand now why they put this car into Class D, because then it's only a few brackets ahead of its original version of the car, the Audi E-Tron. So there is that. And this race went absolutely terrible, so I don't even want to look at the results, but we have to. All right, everybody was triple boosted over here, so this is more what I was expecting to find, so let's hope that we keep finding lobbies like this. Okay, this is an almost full lobby, so I expect a lot of competition here. So yeah, overall, I am glad that this car got rebalanced eventually to stop making it so OP. And I remember when this whole thing happened, when the car got rebalanced, there were so many discussions. I was very active on those discussions because I wanted to slap the people that were defending, or rather were attacking the idea of the rebalance, because they said, oh, they took away my amazing car, but that was kind of the point. And okay, look, I understand that there's an argument to be made about maybe you spent money into getting this car because you knew it was going to be an amazing car. That's understandable. I understand that level of bother about it. But looking at it from the side of the rest of the players, then yeah, I can see how this rebalance was actually a good thing to make the car to be competitive. And again, it's not that I'm necessarily for being a Class C. I honestly would have been fine. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You touched me though. If they kept this car in Class B as it was, but hey, again, I already explained why Gameloft put it over here. But yeah, the car was extremely broken OP before. Now it has been put into a more competitive situation, which is why I've defended in general the rebalances of cars as a whole. Again, by now this is a very old topic because this whole thing of the brackets already started, what, it has been like a year and some already? I don't know. Yeah, like, are we like a year and a half into it? Whatever it is. So this system is already here, so anybody that doesn't know how the game was before the brackets probably scratching their heads and like, what the hell is DBT talking about? But for all of you, the old schoolers that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's why I keep saying that the rebalances of the cars are a good thing. Some of them suffer, some of them end up being really, really good cars after the rebalances, but overall it puts the cars into a relatively competitive position. And that is exactly what this car wasn't. It wasn't competitive. It was 100% meta, and the only way it was gonna compete, it was against itself, and at that point every other car around the rank was completely invalid, so what's the point on that? So yeah, that is just my general thoughts on this car and the history of this car, at least in my experience, because again, I never experienced this car when it was in Class A or anything. And by the way, before someone tells me, oh, you were just jealous because you didn't have this car when it was in Class B and it was OP, I had the car. I could have upgraded it, but I refused because I was against this whole idea of only bringing one single car because only one single car is good. So I've always had this stance about not using straight up OP things. So all right, first place, I did beat everybody, and there were a couple of triple boosted, so that is something. I'll take that W, thank you. But as I alluded to earlier, I really like how this car looks, period. I think it looks fantastic. It's a really cool looking car, and the big wing and the body kit and all of that. Really, really cool. And in fact, if you want to get a heart and a pin, you need to leave the key phrase. And that is going to be, this is one of the 2 best looking Audis in the game. First person to post it is gonna get a heart and a pin. Everybody else that posted afterwards is only gonna get a heart, because I can do only 1 pin. Makes sense, right? But as far as the performance, now that it's in this bracket, what can I say? I really haven't driven this car very much. This is one of the few times when I'm actually dedicating some time as to driving this car. Because normally I like to drive a variety of vehicles, but electrics are not my favorites because they don't vroom. And I don't know if you've noticed, but this channel name has something to do with engine noises. I don't know. I mean, it's a little subtle, right? But yeah, I don't necessarily love driving electric cars, but then again, it is a cool looking car. What I've noticed so far from the races that I've been doing in this video is that the nitro is very, very good. Acceleration seems to be okay. I don't think it's a OP level of acceleration, but the nitro, it is very, very good. So I would dare to say that this is probably its strongest point, for this car in this bracket, but who knows? I really don't know. Oh, stop pushing, you mother. I'm okay. I'm just looking at the dirty ass players that just love to around all the place because they're little dumb. I'm fine. What? I don't know what you're talking about. It's all good. I'm not insulting anybody or anything. I'm not salty. That's okay, whatever. This is one of the things that you gotta deal with this game. You just know that multiplayer is gonna be full of people who play dirty because that's the only way they can win. I mean, to be fair, maybe this guy was gonna beat me clean, but he has to prove it instead of knocking down. It's fine, I'm okay. All right, so there you have it. Is this gonna allow me to rank up? I doubt it. I'm pretty close, but not yet. Oh well. That's gonna do it for this video. You enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff. Also check these other videos related to I don't know what, probably Asphalt 8. So check them out. I made them. They're probably very good. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.